One of the biggest obstacles that artists and creatives face is the relationship with ourselves and our minds. Hi, my name is Jasmine Gale. I'm a creative and an artist, and I also like to help other creatives and artists embody their own gifts, get out of their own way, and deeply understand their value as a creative. Every thought that you think is a story that you entertain. I'm not good enough. I have to do it alone. No one's going to care. It's not going to work out for me. It's just a hobby. Every single thought, you give it energy and power. All of these like self-limiting narratives that I think make artistry seem like the unique edge you need to have in order to be successful. But all it really does is it gives power to the end of your artistic career before it ever truly begins. We can really get lost and give a lot of energy to what if people don't like it. You're an artist. You are gifted with the ability to see what most can't. We also lose the part of ourselves that need the art. It's not just for others. It's also for ourselves. It liberates us. It frees us. It feels to not than to actually do it. Why? Because art itself is an energetic, life-giving force. Stop kidding yourself. Stop pretending like it's okay when you're not doing it. That's the calling and the paradox of being an artist. You need to be engrossed in it. Life doesn't feel alive without it. It's not like a job or a task. So stop treating it like it's one. Once we can accept the part of ourselves that really need it and that we can't really be and exist without it, and we become okay with that, it can still be really hard to understand which direction to go in or how to feel confident in what our art is even really trying to say. Sometimes we're still in a stage where we're just doing it for fun, or we're not really sure what our voice is. If that's you, all I really want you to do is think about the artists that you love and what emotions they make you feel. What worlds do they ground you in that makes you feel most alive? And then I want you to think about the art that you do that makes you feel most alive, and start there. Sometimes we can have like multiple ideas, and sometimes in the impulsivity of having so many ideas is what actually creates us getting lost in the first place. It's like, how do I even know which idea to like activate on? Okay, if this is you, you're gonna want to listen to the next part. Ideas just need to know that the vessel is open. Artists often make the mistake of thinking that if I don't act on the idea that I have right now, it'll go away forever. But ideas, as Liz Gilbert describes, are just disembodied energies waiting to jump through somebody and become alive. You don't need to act on every single idea that you have, but you do need to stay in communication with it. This gets into a space that I like to call micro habits, or getting into the concept of what I like to call a creative garden. You can have multiple different interests, all of which that don't actually have to become the main vehicle or the main medium in which you express yourself. That's okay. I actually encourage you to have hobbies that are low stakes, that you could be crappy and have no ambition for it to be recognized as anything. I think this is necessary and non-negotiable. Having a creative garden can ease the focus and energy off of one thing and then measuring your worth or success by that one thing. Do that. Have that in your life. The only way to maintain some level of sanity. When you have a creative garden, now it kind of orients some of your needs for newness with one activity that may not be the main vessel that you take your craft seriously in. You can organize that across weeks or different days of the month versus like thinking you need to jot out every single idea as soon as they come. There's no urgency. The ideas just love you. Rules are kind of the opposite for us. Society tells us to shrink and quiet down and don't disrupt or stand out too much. But often, because artists are very empathetic and because of their empathy can tend to be very critical on themselves, we can sometimes hyper focus on the parts of ourselves that we are ashamed of. This isn't all who we are. On some subconscious level, we know that we're all connected, that it's not just us that is feeling this self-loathing or joy or sadness or grief. Someone else is probably experiencing it to the same depth. And the gift that we have is giving life and language in the bodies of others to name and also feel those things. But that self-acceptance of those emotions is literally the key to an artist's journey. Once we remove the shame around the fact that we are feeling or experiencing certain thoughts or feelings, that's actually the pull that we have to our art. Really set the stage in a experience or emotion that we forget is the grounding space for our art. We lead through those emotions, and it is that pulls people in. See, artists have a window and portal into an emotional world. It's like a veil in everyday society that we can see through, but others can't. And when we ruminate on what other people will like, we dilute what actually makes us stand out. It's almost like we're telling a patient at a doctor's office, here's all the tools. You tell me what you think is wrong. Or self-diagnose yourself, and then I'll just do whatever you say. Like, no, the doctor knows what's up. You as the artist knows what's up. And in you knowing what's up, you create your own taste. That's part of it. All I'm trying to say is, like, sometimes the people doesn't know what they need, and you do. It's in the things that you ground your specific self in, the stuff that you like, the stuff that stands out to you. That is what creates taste and sets your art in its unique lane. But you have to remain consistent, because the more you ruminate and stay in spaces of external validation or the drama of doing it, denying that artistic call, denying that part of you that needs it, yearns for it, feels better because of it, the more you're going to give energy and power to the people who don't care about art or value it when you know you do. It's almost like your actions aren't aligning with your own values, and then you betray yourself, and that's that icky yucky feeling of self-betrayal. That's why I called it a need versus like a task. So incorporate that into your day and try that out. And if you're interested in planning micro habits or the creative garden, I have a download that you can get for free in the link below. Until next time.